Hey Pisces, welcome. It's Meredith. I am here with your March monthly reading. We are using 3 different decks. We are into, let's see, Thelema Tarot, Arcanum Tarot, and Millennium Thoth Tarot for this month's message. Same format as the mid-February's. We're going to do what's now, what's in development or becoming, and then what energies are contributing to your long-term happiness and fulfillment, as well as some oracle cards, of course. As always, I encourage you to watch your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus videos. This will give you a wealth of information for navigating the energy atmosphere for the month of March. So what's happening? We have a full moon coming up on the, I believe it's on the 9th in Virgo. Mercury goes direct on the 10th, and Spring is happening this month. Oh, and we're moving our clocks forward in this hemisphere. All right, let's get into it. Our first row, this is what's now for Pisces. You had 3 cards come out in your first position, and your first of those 3 is the Death card. Transformation. Yeah, it's simultaneous endings and beginnings too. You know that about the Death card. So that's what's happening now. Not uncommon to see in a retrograde, and actually a good card to see in retrograde, because this feels indicative of old patterns that just don't serve you. So you are on top of that, and my feeling is, Pisces, you're going deep with it, and it's good because it's allowing you a review and even a reconciliation of energies in the retrograde, which is perfect. Coming with the Death card is the 7 of Wands. This card, it's often considered a defensive energy. So you typically see one person holding a wand and then 6 other wands kind of coming at them. And recently in the Wheel of the Year Tarot, I've seen this card a bit differently. You know, they're putting in that deck, they're using sandbags to keep water from flooding a field, right? And the feeling on the card is that it might be better to allow the water to flow in. And ever since I saw that on that card, my attitude and my intuitive read on the 7 of Wands has taken on some expansiveness for that. So in this case, it may be better, while you do have the high ground here on this 7 of Wands, it may be really sweet to allow those 6 wands to come your way, to join you there. Because, you know, the 6 of Wands is a card of victory and success. So what are we defending against here on the 7? Are we holding the Ace of Wands? Are we illuminated? So perhaps what the Death card is helping you reconcile and simultaneously bring to an end while also welcoming a new beginning is what you're standing in front of in this doorway, that simultaneous transformative energy. And so why wouldn't you want to bring your 6 wands of victory and success to that, right? Consider it. Then we have Knight of Swords. You know this knight. He is impetuous to a fault even, and great folly often. And he has tunnel vision. He does not look into his periphery, and this is something that the Death card does. It sweeps away what's in the periphery when we can see it through a really clear lens. So here we have the Knight of Swords rushing into the scene. Next card will be his destination, the next card we turn over. So we know he's come from the Death card, transformation, 7 of Wands, somewhat defensiveness, and somewhat considering the allowing of what wants to flow in. And let's see where it's going. King of Wands. You definitely want to consider what's on that 7 of Wands. What are you defending against? What could you be holding yourself away from at this time? And is that an obstacle? Does it bring you closer to or further from what you're holding in your heart space for manifestation? The King of Wands is fire, creativity. He speaks his mind, and he speaks it well. He's well-traveled, you know, exceptionally well-educated from his travels, lots of wisdom, but he's also fun, passionate, full of vitality. He is nearly inexhaustible in his energy. He channels the energy of the sun and fire into his being. So this is a really positive energy that the Knight of Swords is carrying. And if you're going to carry it forward into a king, you want his dedication to the fulfillment of his mission. So while that Knight of Swords is somewhat impetuous, he's kind of Mr. Tumultuous himself, he does see the mission through. He doesn't fail in his mission. So here we're moving transformative energies and defensible energies onto the Knight of Swords, bringing it to the mastery of a king, where we're going to bring our creative fire, vitality, and enthusiasm, as well as our collective experience and wisdom. This is exceptionally positive. Tells us that we're moving out of an old pattern into a fresh, new, creative one. Coming next is Ten of Pentacles. Yes, because long-term happiness and fulfillment. We know that this, whatever this is that we are in transformation with the Death card, the Seven, and the Knight, as we engage our mastery on the King, we are creating a Ten of Pentacles situation, which is fulfillment, long-term happiness and fulfillment. Not only that, we understand that that energy is something that pays reward forward. So what you're doing in the now continues to flow into your long-term happiness and fulfillment. So it's worth doing. My feeling is the retrograde energy has been very draining, and many of us, as we come to the end of the retrograde, we've been thinking, feeling, sensing that, hey, it wasn't so bad. This retrograde wasn't so tough. And then it's in these last days where we find that we've got an exhaustion button and somehow we pressed it. We don't think we're going to make it to the doorway for the King of Wands, but we do, and it pays a lot of reward forward. So do the reconciliation work with the Death card. And then you have, look at this, the Sun. Bliss, happiness. Yeah. You know, I'm coming back to the Seven of Wands over here, and you look at all this light on the Sun card. You look at the light here with the King. And here we are standing in front of the door with this one wand, the Ace of Wands that the King is holding. And it seems as though we need to get out of the way, or we need to step through that doorway altogether. And that creates the transformation of the Death card. And that then picks up the enthusiasm and the inexhaustible, nearly inexhaustible energy of the Knight of Swords. It brings us into the King energy. Ten of Pentacles, Sun, bliss, love, happy. This is the happiest card in tarot. Okay, the oracle cards for this row come from a deck called Return of Spirit. And I asked the deck what energies are returning to Pisces in this retrograde and through the month of March. And your first card is Voice. So this is about speaking your truth, finding your voice. And then we have Birthing. Oh, perfect card. So speak your truth, Pisces. Don't hold that in, because this could be also the Seven of Wands. This could be your throat chakra. All these other wands representing what you want to speak up about. So do something different and allow the Death card to help you break an old pattern of not speaking your truth. Use your words. Use your voice. Give birth to. Let your voice be the music that the universe hears to create your Ten of Pentacles and your Sun situation. Beautiful. Next row of cards comes from Arcanum Tarot. This is what's in development and what is blossoming and becoming. Your first card is Two of Cups. Beautiful. So take a look at this one. This is relationship to self. This is the blessing that happens when you start to use your words, give birth to your own musical lilting voice that creates your happiness over here. And then it strengthens relationship to self, and in turn strengthens all of your relationships. So this is a deepening bond within self relationship, and that is translating to family, friends, beloved. Now, for those of you that are in manifestation for beloved relationship, and I hear a lot of this, most people want to know, tell me about my love life. Here it is right there on the Two of Cups. As you come into everything we just spoke about in your top row here, and most especially these Oracle cards, give birth to your voice. You know, put some sound to it. Speak what is on your mind. This King of Wands, he does that, just like the Queen. He says what he means, and he means what he says, and he is unapologetic for it. And this is kind of the energy that I'm sensing here on the Two of Cups. If there's something that you need to say to yourself in the mirror, look yourself in the eye and do it, and then that will strengthen your inner landscape relationship. Then it becomes a whole lot easier, more natural, organic, authentic for you to do the same in all of your other relationships, which then elevates the frequency there for you. Yeah, into the Lovers card. Beautiful. So Pisces, you have some beloved energy, beloved relationship energy on offer to you in the development, in the becoming. And look at these two. They are the same people. Look how they are here. They're in consideration of exchanging cups, saying yes. And they do say yes. You got this beautiful moon, and here you have all this light. It could be the sun as well up here. And it's the same couple, and look, they've got wings. They're that much closer to each other. So there is a choice here for you. Lots of abundance, lots of bounty. Lover's card is a choice. So the question I feel here is, what are you choosing when it comes to leaning into beloved relationship to self and with your actual beloved? Are you speaking your truth? Are you sharing your long-term happiness, satisfaction, fulfillment energy? Do you mean what you say? Are you speaking it? Or has there been an obstacle? And now is the time. So consider that for yourself. Share with your beloved. Talk to them. They're going to want to hear what you have to say. Because, you know, how do you go deeper? How do you elevate frequency unless you're using your voice and speaking from your heart, right? That's a choice for you to make, Pisces. And then you have Ace of Pentacles. I feel like you do it because this opens a doorway for you. The Ace of Pentacles is a card of great love. I know that we assign the great love to the Ace of Cups. And no joke, it's definitely on the Ace of Cups, but it's also here in the Ace of Pentacles. And where on the Ace of Cups, it's much more of an emotional and or feeling realm. This on the Pentacles is a tangible realm. This is earthly, of the earth, of the body. So you can see the flow here in the becoming, in the development through this row of cards. You're at Two of Cups, then you're at Lovers, and now you've got Lovers crossing a threshold of opportunity here on the Ace of Pentacles. And this is a divine and cosmic gift. This is the divine holding the door open for you, saying, come on, lovers, let's come through it. Speak your truth with your beloved so that this journey is possible. And then you have the Hierophant. Excellent card in this position. This is potentially a marriage card or an engagement card. It is the bonding of energies. See, it's the Two of Cups coming to the Hierophant. So there is some sort of commitment on this card being made, and it feels affirmative, positive, as if you and your beloved are both saying yes. But it starts because you've said yes to yourself. You've gone in and done the deep, mysterious work of the Death card, and you've dropped your wands, and you've moved forward into the position of a king, which has paid great reward and happiness to you. And out of that, you find your voice. You give birth to what it is you've been holding in your heart through the sound of your own voice, how you speak it to yourself, how you speak it to the universe, and then ultimately how you speak it to your beloved. And it draws you closer. And then the two of you walk across this threshold together to come before the Hierophant, also known as the Pope or the priest. And perhaps you make some sort of commitment to your own self, to be present for and with your beloved, and your beloved does the same. So the Oracle card for this row comes from Gateway Oracle by Denise, Linn, and the question asked of this deck is, what threshold is Pisces crossing in the month of March? And we have listening with your heart. I trust the messages I receive from my heart. Yes, you do. And because you trust them, you speak them. And because you speak them, you make this possible. Isn't that beautiful? Ooh, I love it. All right, next row comes from the Millennium Thoth deck. And this is all about the energies that are contributing to your long-term happiness fulfillment. Your first card is the Princess of Pentacles. And I'm really happy to see a pentacle here, because again, this is tangible. This is manifestation. This is a message of everything in its own right time. God, what a gorgeous card that is. Look how beautifully lit that is. You know, it could be the Ace of Wands here in her hand. It could be the sun. You know, we can't see it directly, but look how it's lighting this little wooded grove that she's in. The Page or Princess of Pentacles in this case brings the message that everything in its own right timing. So this is about allowing, still it's for you. So while you're doing all of this, you are simultaneously, Death card, in allowing for what the universe has on offer to you, Ace of Pentacles, and you know, the Ace of Wands that the King is holding, those 7 wands up top. This is all on the incoming for you. 2 of Cups, Lovers, beautiful, stepping across this threshold, listening with your heart, speaking from your heart, creates greater manifestation. So up top you have the 10 of Pentacles. So you've already reached some level of happiness, satisfaction, and now you're expanding on that in the Princess of Pentacles, because you know that this isn't something that stagnates, it stays in a flow. So while you're on your foundation with all of this energy becoming, you still have your presence of the now and how it pays reward forward, and you're taking action on that because you know that this is going to continue to be a rolling wave. Coming with this is 4 of Swords. Beautiful card. This is rest for the spiritual warrior. This is meditation. And I often say, if the Knight of Swords, top row, ever stopped, it would be the 4 of Swords. Usually you see a warrior lying down to rest. And I often think of that as that warrior as the Knight of Swords, taking a time out. But it is a deeply relaxing card. So you're starting to relax into this beautiful flow and you're trusting it. The journey isn't simple, and the spiritual journey work is profound. And there are days that are so much better than others in the journey. But look at all the light and the sun and the love that you have here in the reading. You can take a breather here. You know there's more incoming from this page, this Princess of Pentacles. And it is because you're using your voice. It is because you're awake, aware, alert, and engaged that this is going on and will keep going on. And then you have 4 of Wands, second card, happiest in tarot. Happiest is the sun. The next happiest is the 4 of Wands. That's a super solid foundation. And it is bliss, joy, love, connection, loving relationship, happy homes, happy families, happy career, how you are of service. It's an amazing card of joyous celebration in life. Yeah. Beautiful, Pisces. Oh my gosh, what an honor it is to deliver this kind of monthly message for Pisces. Next set of cards coming in this row, contributing to your long-term happiness fulfillment, we have the Hermit. I love this card, and I love when the Hermit shows up in a reading with Wands or the Ace of Wands itself. Now we have the King holding the Ace of Wands. We've got 7 more Wands over here. And we've got 4 wands here as well. This is the illumination that the suit of wands brings is in his lantern. And also in the Wheel of the Year deck, we see the Hermit reading runes on the wall. So he's reading the writing on the wall. It's like the message that the universe left for him. And that feels very tangible, very available, something that you can use. I love that we have the Pentacles here in the reading, because it feels like you're putting to work the wisdom of the Hermit. The Hermit is also a message of a quest beckons. So here it connects yet again to the Page or Princess of Pentacles, in that everything in its own right timing, and you may be treading into new territory here and have a little inexperience, but you have your collective experience to draw upon, and you do. And you're going deeper into your own quest for happiness, love, satisfaction, fulfillment, because you're already experiencing some of that in the now. And you can feel it in what's developing and becoming. So you know that this is what becomes your long-term happiness and fulfillment. It's confirmed for you in the top row. It's confirmed for you here in this row. And coming with the Hermit is the Queen of Cups. Beautiful queen to have. She holds the Ace of Cups. She is super intuitive, and she is all about emotional awareness. She cares nothing of the material, which is sweet because the material has taken care of itself here in this reading. Beautiful. And she is all about emotional intimacy. She wants to deal with what's at the heart of the matter. And she's finely tuned to it. And as are you, Pisces. This is a beautiful card for you to end the reading, because the Queen is a master of her intuition. And Pisces, you are all so sensitive in your intuitive gifts. So this is where you want to lean into the next leg of the journey for yourself. Lean into your intuition. Allow yourself to be guided, because look at the reward it has brought you so far. Pretty sweet. Now, last card here is from Sacred Traveler Oracle deck, also by Denise, Linn, and the question asked of the deck is, how is Pisces traveling once crossing this threshold up here? And you have answering the call. The time is now. Yes. You're answering the call of your own intuition, because this is where it has led you. And you know that if you continue to feed the momentum here with that energy, then you continue to flow into your long-term happiness and fulfillment. So keep answering that call, Pisces. Thank you so much for watching. Again, do tune in and watch your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus videos. It'll give you a wealth of information for the month of March. Leave a comment if it's in your heart to do so. Like, share, subscribe here on the channel, and most especially check out the daily messages. Bye for now, and namaste, Pisces.